welcome. My name is Ali Gear, and I want to share with you one of my favorite ways to really unwind tension in the low back and possibly even here in the pelvis and the hip crease, an area we come to know as the psoas muscle. So for this practice, should be short, you'll need one block. When you're ready, meet me down on your backs. So take a moment just to come down onto your back. Feel the soles of your feet touch into the earth. Knees bent. And I want you just to slowly just start to recognize your breath as you draw your attention into your nostrils, breathing in and out through the nose. And then from here, what I'm going to have you do is you're going to take your block, and I prefer the block on the medium height. Sometimes people prefer it on the low height. Sometimes people like that block on the highest height. But I'm going to start on the medium height. You're going to press your feet into the floor, and you're going to lift your hips off the ground. From there, I'll have you slide that block right underneath your sacrum or right underneath your pelvis, so kind of just below your frontal hip bones. Feeling your feet into the ground again. From here, you're just going to take a moment in this supported bridge. Really, really good for releasing low back tension, for really nourishing kind of those sacred tissues around the sacrum and low back. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and lift both of your feet off the ground to hover. And sometimes you want to kind of wiggle it out a little bit just to maintain your balance. Soften any tension that may have collected in your neck. And then take both of your legs and extend them towards the ceiling. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to draw a little attention into your low belly. So you're going to draw your belly in so you feel the support. Bend your left knee, and you're going to lower your right leg just enough, right about till you kind of barely see your toes. And then soften any tension, connect into your low belly, and just take a moment now just to pulsate that leg up and down. Now, if you're feeling a lot of tension here, I'm going to have you just stop the pulsation and lower that foot all the way to the ground. But if this feels like it's something tolerable, something that feels maybe a little effortful but not too tender, you can stay here. And then now we're going to lower that foot a little bit more so you could imagine it hovering above the ground. Draw your belly in, and same thing, you're just going to start to pulsate that leg up and down. And then from here, go ahead and lower that right leg all the way to the ground. You might need to bend that knee a little bit to support you. Take your hands and drape them over your left shin and draw your thigh into your belly. And here I just want you to focus on relaxation. So let your right heel and your right leg get super heavy. Soften your belly as you draw your left thigh in towards your chest. And then just really drop into your breath here. Elongate your inhalation. And linger out in your exhalation. Nice, easy breath. And just kind of encourage this heaviness through that right leg as it lands onto the ground. Nice, easy breath. Sometimes if we spend a lot of time sitting, maybe at a desk or sitting in a car, this is one of my favorite go-to practices to really unwind any tension into the front of the hip, thereby releasing low back. Take another full breath into the belly and exhale it out. Now take your time. You're going to start to bend your right knee and take both legs straight up to the ceiling again. And then we'll prepare for that second side. So draw a little attention into belly, draw in. And then you're going to bend your right knee while you lower your left leg 3/4 of the way down, just enough so you kind of barely see your toes. And then from there, draw into the belly and just find a little bit of a pulsation. And it's slow. I'm not moving super fast here, but I'm just kind of waking up the area of the front of the hip, saying hello there. Nice, easy breath. And if you feel this into your low back, I really encourage you to draw the belly in or just lower your left leg all the way to the ground if it's too much. If you can, you're going to lower that left leg now to hover above the floor. Pause there. Soften your head and your neck. Drawing around your belly. One more time. You've got this. Just a little bit of pulsation here. And then from here, I'll have you lower your left leg all the way to the ground. Take your hands and drape them over your shin or your knee and draw that right knee into belly, into chest. And now instead of finding effort, I want you to find ease. So soften into your belly, soften through your shoulders, your head. And just imagine that left leg getting heavy into the ground. So soften any effort through your legs. And just be connected to breath here as you inhale and exhale. Nice, easy breath. Feeling the heaviness through the legs, letting that left heel land into the ground. Remember, if that heel happens to be hovering above the floor, just bend your knee a little bit more so you can let that leg feel connected into the earth. And just take a few more breaths here. From here, we're going to return into supported bridge again. So you're going to bend your left knee and slowly release your right leg, now lowering both feet back into the ground, right where we began in supported bridge. And I want you to take a few moments here to soften through your pelvis, soften through your hips. Once again, feel the soles of your feet into the earth. Nice, easy breath. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your hips off your block. Use your feet as much as you can. So press your feet into the floor. Slowly lower your block back down to the ground. Take a moment to let your hips and pelvis land onto the earth. And then just give yourself a moment to rinse that out. So you wash your knees to the left and to the right. And I want to mention before this ends is that if that block felt like it was too tender, you can always do the same thing with a nice rolled up blanket. Or you could always place a blanket over your block as well. So just know there's always options and ways to modify. I hope this was helpful for you. Namaste.